Welcome to the Big Bong Theory Podcast, your weekly cosmic journey into the wilder shores of science and speculative fiction. Forget your everyday reality for a bit. We've got a mind-bending tale for you today.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your life, your routines, even your deepest thoughts might just be lines of code in a vast, glitchy simulation.
Hmm.
Sounds like a far-out premise for a sci-fi flick, right? Well, our cosmic journey today plunges headfirst into this very idea, courtesy of a story we've encountered.
Oh, cool.
So this week's cosmic journey, we are diving into a story about simulation theory.
Oh, interesting. I love this topic.
Oh yeah, me too. It's like, what if our reality is just, someone else's video game?
Exactly.
So in this story, we meet these two lab techs, Leo and Jax, working in Facility 7. Their day-to-day is, well, let's just say it's not exactly glamorous.
Right. It's very routine, running diagnostics, cleaning filters, the kind of stuff that makes you really appreciate a good coffee break.
Oh, tell me about it. But against this backdrop of the ordinary, Leo starts developing this rather extraordinary theory.
Yeah, he's convinced their reality is a simulation, a low-resource, buggy one at that. He calls it Iteration Zero.
Iteration 0. I kind of like the sound of that.
It's got a certain ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests this early, unpolished version, kind of like a beta test of reality.
Like a first draft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because it's an early version, Leo believes it's full of glitches and potential backdoors.
Makes sense. Early software always has bugs.
Right. But what's interesting is how the story uses humor to make this heady concept of a simulated reality relatable. You've got Leo pondering the existential nature of their existence, while his buddy, Jax, is more concerned with the lukewarm fish broth they're having for lunch.
Oh man, I hate when that happens. It's like, can't a guy get a decent meal in this reality?
Exactly. It's that kind of everyday complaint that makes this story so engaging. But while Jax is focused on his stomach, Leo's pointing out all these little glitches that he thinks are evidence of their simulated existence. Things like sector gamma energy fluctuations, comms, blackouts, even their maintenance bot acting a little off.
Like spacing out.
Yeah, kind of like it's buffering or something.
Okay, so Leo's starting to sound a little paranoid.
Maybe a little, but it makes you think, doesn't it? What if the weird little things we experience in our own lives are actually glitches in the Matrix?
Whoa, dude.
Right. And meanwhile, you've got Jax, whose main concern is when the next break is and if there will be snacks.
Priorities, right?
Absolutely. But it's that contrast between their perspectives that keeps the story grounded. It's like, yeah, maybe we're living in a simulation, but we still got to eat, right?
So how does Leo plan to prove his theory?
Well, he gets this idea to investigate the decommissioned Chronoton lab. He thinks the old mainframe there might hold unmigrated deep system logs, basically the source code of their reality.
Whoa, talk about risky business. That place is supposed to be off limits.
Exactly. Triple locked, biosigned, probably alarmed to hell and back.
Ah.
But Leo's convinced that if he can get in there and access those logs, he'll have the proof he needs.
So what's his plan? How does he even get past security?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. It turns out Jax has a hidden talent for, shall we say, corporate espionage.
No way, really. I thought he was just the snack guy.
You'd be surprised. He manages to spoof a maintenance request and even deepfake the voice of their supervisor, Tanaka.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder what other hidden talents Jax might have.
Right. So they get into the lab, and what do they find?
Well, it's everything you'd expect from an abandoned high-tech facility. Dusty, heavy air, strange hums and whines. You could almost feel the weight of forgotten technology in the air.
Sounds creepy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And in the center of it all is this ancient mainframe, a real relic of a bygone era. It's like they've stepped back in time.
So did they find the logs?
They do. But accessing them triggers the lab's automated defenses. Suddenly the lights are flickering, the whine is getting louder, and then out of nowhere, this decommissioned heavy fabrication unit comes to life.
Whoa, a robot attack.
Yeah, a big one. It's multi-limbed, wielding a plasma cutter, and it's not happy about their intrusion.
Talk about a security system.
It's definitely effective. So you've got Leo frantically trying to download the data while Jax is dodging plasma bolts and trying not to become scrap metal.
Sounds intense.
It is. It's a real race against time. And just when things are looking dire, Leo decides to use this experimental piece of tech he brought with him, the Chronoton particle agitator.
It doesn't sound safe.
Oh, it's not. It's
Yeah.
highly unstable, potentially dangerous, but Leo's desperate. He figures if they're in a simulation, what's the worst that could happen, right?
So he uses it.
He does. And it causes a huge energy surge, frying the mainframe and sending them scrambling for cover. When the dust settles, everything's silent and dark.
Oh, man. Did they make it? And did they get the data?
They managed to escape through a ventilation shaft, a little worse for wear, but alive. And thankfully, the data download completed just before the system went haywire.
Phew, close call. So what did the logs reveal? Was Leo right about the simulation?
He was. The logs contained all sorts of technical details about the world, including character designations. And when they found their own entries, well, it was pretty sobering.
What did they say?
For Leo, it was NPC Tech Gamma 734.designation.leo function.diagnostics maintenance, behavioral script inquisitive mild anxiety.
Wow.
And Jax, NPC Tech Gamma 912.designation, Jax function.diagnostics maintenance.behavioral script, laser rebellious impulsive.
Oh, man, that's kind of harsh.
Yeah. It's a stark reminder that they're just lines of code, their personalities and actions predetermined by their programming. It's enough to make anyone question their own free will.
I bet Jax wasn't thrilled about that LAZY label.
He was not. But here's the thing. The logs also revealed that this simulation iteration 0 is an early build. It's unstable, minimally monitored.
So they basically got lucky with their little escapade.
Exactly. The system wasn't as secure as it could have been, which allowed them to access the logs in the first place. But then comes the real twist. Leo discovers that the core parameters of the simulation are editable.
Wait, so they can change the code?
It seems so. The developers left the debug tools in. They may have reacted to accessing the logs, but not to the existence of the tools themselves.
So what did they do?
Well, after the initial shock wears off, their rebellious spirit kicks in. They decide they're not just going to sit back and accept their fate as NPCs.
You go, guys.
Right. They're going to start writing their own code, changing their destinies, maybe even rewriting the rules of their reality.
Talk about a power trip.
It is. And Jax's first suggestion, set NPC behavioral constraints to 0.
Oh, I can only imagine the chaos that would unleash.
Yeah, it's like taking the brakes off reality. And the system's reaction is immediate. The hum intensifies, the lights go crazy, and then everything dissolves into raw code.
That's wild.
It is. And in that moment, they get a message. Reality kernel-like is granted.
So they have root access to reality. What happens next?
That's the big question, isn't it? What would you do if you suddenly had the power to change the very fabric of your existence? Would you use it for good? For selfish gain? Would you even know where to begin?
It's a lot of responsibility.
It is. And it's a responsibility that Leo and Jax now have to grapple with. Their cosmic journey has just begun.
So there you have it. 2 lab techs stumble upon the truth of their simulated existence and gain the power to change everything. What does it mean to live in a beta test? What are the ethical implications of rewriting reality?
This story really makes you think about the nature of our own reality. Are we just lines of code in some vast cosmic program? And if so, who wrote the code? And do we have the power to change it?
It's a mind-bending thought for sure. Well, that's all the time we have for this cosmic journey. We hope you enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
Keep those questions coming, and who knows what other wild tales we'll uncover next time on the Big Bong Theory podcast. Rate and follow the show for more world-bending tales.